morning, children. Today we are going to study civics in social science. The name of the lesson is national symbols. Let us go to see the learning objectives first. Number 1, to know about the natural national symbols of India. Number 2, to understand the importance to protect nature. Number 3, to know the other national symbols and appreciate them. Number 4, to know the different national festivals and celebrate them with joy. Children, we have already studied some of the national symbols. Let us go to see one by one. Okay? What do you see in the picture? Yes, it is a tiger. Tiger is our national animal. Say all of you, tiger is our national animal. Now what do you see in the picture? It is a peacock. Peacock is our national bird. Peacock is our national bird. Peacock is a very beautiful bird, isn't it? When we talk about peacock, I want to tell you one story. There was a chieftain. His name was Began. Chieftain is nothing but a small king. Once he saw a peacock was shivering in cold. So he covered the peacock with his shawl. This chieftain belonged to the classical Sangam age of Tamil. He belongs to Sangam age and also revered as one of the 7 most generous personalities of ancient Tamil land. They were called Kadayelu Vallalgal. He is one among them. Okay. Children, now what you see is a peacock sanctuary which is in Viralimalai in the district of Pudukottai in Tamil Nadu. Now tell me children, which is our national flag? Yes, it is a lotus. Lotus is our national flag. In 1950 only, they decided that this will be our national flag. Okay. Though it grows in muddy water, only, no? But it blooms with very beauty. Lotus is very beauty. Okay. Which is our national aquatic animal? It is a dolphin. Dolphin is a national aquatic animal. In 2010 only, it has become our national aquatic animal. It is the reliable indicator of the health of the entire river ecosystem. It is in the endangered list. Okay. Now you see a river's picture. The name of this river is River Ganges. Do you know that this river is 2525 km long and it is the longest river in India. So it is our national river. River Ganges is our national river. It is a perennial river. What do you mean by perennial? Perennial is nothing but it never dries. Throughout the year the water will be flowing. So River Ganges is our national river. Okay. Now you will all say very easily what is this, and you like this very much, isn't it? We all like this. What is this? It is a mango. Mango is the king of the fruit. Do you know that? And it is our national fruit. Mango is our national fruit. This is a banyan tree. It is our national tree. Banyan tree is our national tree. In the year 1950 only it became our national tree. It is a symbol of pride and it has many medicinal values. What you see in the picture is the biggest banyan tree which is in the Indian Botanical Garden in Howrah in Calcutta. It is the biggest banyan tree. And one more banyan tree is there which is in Adaya, Chennai. It is also the biggest one. So banyan tree is our national tree. What do you see in the picture? An elephant, isn't it? Elephant is our natural national symbol. In 2010 only it has become a natural national symbol, our national symbol. It is a native to mainland Asia and it plays a critical role in maintaining the region's forest. Where we can see elephants will live in the forest. You can see a snake picture, isn't it? It is the snake king cobra. It is highly poisonous. It is our national reptile. King cobra is our national reptile. It is the world's longest venomous snake, more poisonous snake, and it lives in the rainforest and plains of India. Now what is this, children? This is what called microorganism. The curd which we consume every day is curdled from milk by a microorganism called Lactobacillus delbrueckii. You know, from the milk only the curd is coming, isn't it? What makes the milk into curd? A microorganism. What you see in the picture only. The name of this microorganism is Lactobacillus delbrueckii. This was accepted as our national microorganism in the year 2012. This microorganism only makes the milk undergo a chemical reaction and changes the protein content of the milk. Curd is known for its digestive quality and cooling capacity. So, which is our microorganism? Our microorganism is Lactobacillus delbrueckii. It is our national microorganism. Okay. Children, how our nation is having natural symbols, same like that our Tamil Nadu state also having some of the natural symbols. Let us see them now. First of all, our state animal is called Nilgiri Thar. Our state bird is called emerald dove. Our state flower is called Gloriosa superba and our state tree is called Palmyra tree, that is palm tree. Is it clear? These are all the natural symbols of our Tamil Nadu state. Now let us see other symbols of our country. What do you see in the picture? Yes, it is our national flag. The tricolor flag is our national flag. The three colors are of same width and are arranged horizontally. The saffron at the top represents valor and sacrifice. The green at the bottom represents fertility and prosperity. The white band in between represents honesty, peace and purity. The Ashoka Chakra or the wheel in navy blue represents truth and peace. The Ashoka Chakra has 24 spokes in 8. Children, do you know one thing? Who designed this flag? It is Pingali Venkaiah from Andhra Pradesh. You can see him in the picture now. The first Indian flag was woven at Gudiyatham in Vellore district of Tamil Nadu. This flag was hoisted by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 15th August 1947 at Red Fort in Delhi. When India got independence, they hoisted this first flag. Now it is kept in St. George Fort Museum, Chennai. They have exhibited that flag. Okay. When we talk about our national flag, I want to tell you the story of Kodikatha Kumaran. Actually, he was called Tirupur Kumaran. He was born in Chennimalai of Erode district. When he was young itself, he actively participated in the freedom struggle for India. In 1932, when Gandhiji was arrested, protests were held against the arrest all over the country. He participated in that. He lost his life when the police attacked violently. He held on to the tricolor flag even when he died. He was honored with the title Kodikatha Kumaran. The government of India has released a postal stamp on his centenary year to remember Tirupur Kumaran's sacrifice and dedication to the nation. Now what do you see on the picture? It is our national emblem. The 4 lions on top of the Ashoka pillar at Sarnath was chosen to be our national emblem. The national emblem was accepted on 26th January 1950. Satyameva Jayate has been inscribed at its bottom. It means truth alone triumphs. The national emblem consists of 2 parts, the upper part and the lower part. The upper part has 4 lions facing north, south, east and west. This is on a circular pedestal. We can only see 3 lions at a time. The lower part has an elephant, that is for energy, a horse, that is for speed, a bull, that is for hard work, and a lion, that is for majestic. The wheel of righteousness is placed between them. This emblem is found at the top of the government communication, Indian currency and passport. Okay. Do you know one thing? The 4 lions chosen from the Sarnath pillar of Ashoka as our emblem is now it is placed in Sarnath Museum. We can see this emblem in all the government office and all. Okay. Now let us study about our national anthem. Jana Gana Mana is our national anthem. It symbolizes the sovereignty and integrity of our nation. This anthem was written by Rabindranath Tagore in Bengali. This was transcribed in Hindi and was accepted by the Constituent Assembly on 24th January 1950. There are some rules to be followed while singing this national anthem. You know that, children? They are, when we sing this anthem, it has to be sung at a duration of 52 seconds. Everyone should stand erect while singing the national anthem. One should understand the meaning while singing. These are all the rules we have to follow for our national anthem. Next we can see our national song. Our national song is Vande Mataram. It is composed by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, was a source of inspiration to the people of India in their struggle for freedom. It has an equal status with Jana Gana Mana. On January 24th, 1950, the President Dr. Rajendra Prasad came up with a statement in the Constituent Assembly. The song Vande Mataram, which was played a historic part in the struggle for Indian freedom, shall be honoured equally with Jana Gana Mana and shall have equal status with it. The song was a part of Bankim Chandra's most famous novel, Anand Math. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee wrote one novel. This song was a part of that novel. So how we give respect to our national anthem, same respect we have to give for this Vande Mataram, that is our national song. Now next we go to see our national pledge. India is my country, all Indians are my brothers and sisters. We say every day in our assembly, isn't it? It is our national pledge. This pledge was written by Pidimari Venkata Subba Rao in Telugu. Next, let us go to see our currency. The Indian currency is the Indian rupees. The currency released by Shesha Sir in the 16th century was rupiah. This rupiah has been transformed into rupees. The symbol of rupees is, you can see that in the picture now. This was designed by D. Udaya Kumar from Tamil Nadu in the year 2010. Now let us go to see some of our national holidays. The very important day, what is that? Our Independence Day. Every year August 15 is celebrated as the Independence Day to commemorate India's freedom from British rule. This auspicious day, that is special day, is also marked as a birth of the world's biggest democracy, India. Our India is a democratic country. On the day India gained independence, on August 15th only we got independence, freedom. On that day, Mahakavi Bharatiya's poem Aduvome Pallu Paduvome it was sung over the air, that is All India Radio by T.K. Patamal, a famous singer of Carnatic music. The celebration of Independence Day continues every year. Every year we celebrate this day. On the day, the Prime Minister unfolds the national flag on the Independence Day at the Red Fort, New Delhi. The next important day is Republic Day. On 26th January 1950, India was declared as a democratic state. Every year this day is commemorated as the Republic Day. The Constitution commenced on 26th January 1950. From August 1947 to 26th January 1950. The Queen of Britain was the honorary head of India. The day India was declared as a democratic state, the President became the first citizen of India. On Republic Day, the President of India hoists the national flag at the Red Fort, New Delhi. On Independence Day, the Prime Minister hoists the flag. On Republic Day, the President hoists the national flag. The next very important day is Gandhi Jayanti. The birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, was declared one of the national festivals. It falls on 2nd October. In 2007, the United Nations declared October 2nd as the International Day of Non-Violence. That's all in this lesson, children.